Hello, hello. Welcome back to Smart AF, the show where we cut through the noise and give you the facts straight up. Before diving into the episode, I want to say a huge thank you to the brave survivors who shared their stories in LoveCon Revenge. Speaking out about romance fraud takes incredible courage, especially when shame and stigma keep so many silent. Your voices matter, and your honesty helps protect others. So, Netflix's LoveCon Revenge is wild. Romance, betrayal, money, and payback. It's basically a true crime soap opera. But let's get real. Behind the drama is a very real problem: romance scams. And they don't just happen on Netflix, they're happening every single day, all over the world. Today, we're going smart AF on this. We're fact checking the science of romance fraud, why anyone can fall for it, and what research really says about revenge, justice, and closure. Romance scams, also called romance fraud, happen when someone pretends to be in love with you, usually online, to manipulate you emotionally and financially. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, romance scams are one of the costliest forms of online fraud, with victims losing over $1.3 billion in the US in 2022 alone. And that's just what's reported. Many victims stay silent because of shame or fear of being blamed. So if you watched LoveCon Revenge and thought, wow, how could anyone fall for this? The science is clear. It's not about being dumb. It's about being human. We're wired for trust, connection, and hope. And scammers exploit that. Romance fraudsters use psychological tactics that are basically weaponized love. Things like love bombing, flooding you with attention and affection, future faking, making big promises about your shared future, mirroring, pretending to like the same things you do. Psychologists call this social engineering, manipulating someone's emotions to override logic. One 2021 study found that loneliness and social isolation significantly increase vulnerability to romance scams. And get this, research also shows that people who score high on empathy are often more at risk. The very trait that makes you kind can also make you a target. But here's the truth: anyone can fall for a love con. Research shows victims come from every age, gender, and background. Yes, scammers often target middle-aged or older women, but that's only part of the picture. Younger people, even highly educated professionals, have also lost thousands. Why? Because scammers tailor their stories. They claim endless business trips, sudden medical or family emergencies, or tragic past trauma. Some refuse video calls because of secret missions. Others always seem to have a sick relative in need of cash. And many spin heartbreaking backstories to earn sympathy. They know exactly which emotional buttons to press. It's never about intelligence. It's about timing, vulnerability, and trust. Victims don't just lose money. They lose trust, self-esteem, and sometimes even relationships with family and friends. Psychologists have compared the emotional fallout of romance fraud to PTSD, flashbacks, self-blame, anxiety, depression. And here's something that LoveCon Revenge hints at but doesn't go deep on: shame. Research shows that shame is one of the biggest barriers to recovery. People feel too embarrassed to come forward, which is exactly why scammers get away with it, because silence protects them. Now, the Netflix twist: revenge. It feels satisfying, right? Expose the scammer, drag them in court, humiliate them on TV. But science says revenge is complicated. A 2016 study from Washington University found that revenge does give a short-term rush. Your brain literally lights up with dopamine. But the long term, not so great. People who ruminate on revenge often feel worse, not better. More anger, more stress, less closure. That doesn't mean justice isn't important. It is. Scammers should face consequences. But there's a difference between revenge that keeps you stuck in the past and justice that helps you move forward. So what can we do? A few evidence-based red flags and prevention tips. If someone online declares love super fast, red flag. If they avoid video calls or meeting in person, red flag. If they ask for money, gift cards, or crypto, massive red flag. Watch out for endless business trips, constant family emergencies that need cash, or dramatic trauma stories designed to win sympathy. These are classic scammer scripts. And most importantly, don't blame yourself if you've been scammed. Report it. Seek support. Scammers are professionals at manipulating, and it can happen to anyone. So yeah, LoveCon Revenge is juicy drama, but it's also a mirror to a real-world epidemic of romance fraud. Science tells us why it works, why revenge isn't the same as closure, and how to stay safer online. Because love might be blind, but Smart AF isn't. That's it for today's episode of Smart AF. And remember, making informed decisions are your right. So before you believe the hype, get Smart AF. See you soon. Thanks for listening. Do you know someone that can use this info? Please share this video with them. If you found this interesting, a thumbs up and subscribe would be awesome. And tap that bell so you never miss an update.